Another segment of the Pebeo product that we have are products that can be used on non-porous surfaces like glass or ceramic and porcelain. So one of the really exciting ones, come on over to here. This is one of the work boxes. Now there's 3 or 4 different work boxes to choose from, but I want to show you how these come packed. They're in a very nice little carrier. They have an instruction manual here on all the different things you can do with it. And inside, you're going to find the tools that you would use. This is the porcelain, I don't think I'm saying it right, but the one that you would use on porcelain or ceramic, right?
Right.
And it's got 2 trays. So you're going to be able to use these products, keep them in their nice little tray, and keep yourself organized. So you'll want to look for the work boxes. Now we're going to play with these. So, Tristina, what are we going to do?
Well, besides the work box, you saw in one of the other segments about the 20 milliliter, the small bottles.
Yes.
So the work box you just showed was the porcelain work box, and this is the Vitreo work box. The Vitreo work box is transparent paints, and the porcelain work box you just showed were opaque paints. Okay. So that's the difference between the two. And here you can see samples using the porcelain and the Vitreo on a tile.
And both of these have already been cured, baked?
Yes, because these are water-based paints and they get baked in the oven, the
and
home oven.
Got to tell you, when we saw these in our demo, the first thing I tried to do is scrape it off. And I was like, look, it doesn't scrape off. So that I kind of thought it had already been baked and cured, but this is the porcelain, the Vitreo, but they can be used together.
They can be used together.
Okay.
They, as you mentioned, they need a non-porous surface, and they can be used together for different effects.
Okay.
Whether you want a more transparent effect or whether you want a more opaque effect. And so we are going to play with that now. And I know that you were excited about the glass here. So this is the glass paint, the Vitreo, and we're going to show you how to work with it with a sponge. Now, in general, you're going to stir that with a stick or the back end of your brush before you work with it. You're going to see it's a little bit thicker paint, that's so it'll stick when you're brushing it on. And then take the brush, let's use another brush.
Okay,
we'll keep that one with the porcelain. So this is the Vitreo. You just take it like that, and then you go ahead and put some on the glass.
So I could paint anything. I feel like I need to pick it up to do something really cool.
Right?
All right, but look at it. Could do like flowers.
Yes. And what's going to happen is you're going to need to leave that to dry, and you can add more layers for intensity on top.
All right. Okay, that's coming along.
Right?
Okay.
And then now I can go in with another color. Many times I'll go in and just build up other.
Yeah.
And plus, because they are single colors, you can mix the colors together to get your own custom colors. And I do that a lot. All right. Now, take the sponge and do a little bit of sponging around here. That's another one of my favorite effects.
Oh, that's so cool.
Right? So you can cover a large area
using
a little
sponge. You can take any
sponge.
simple glass item. So one of the items we thought about playing with too was a mason jar. Notion Scott mason jars. And you could decorate all your mason jars using this. And then you put it in the oven, then preheat the oven to 3...
You're going to put it in the oven while it's cold.
While it's cold, and then it preheats while it's in the oven.
That's right. So it'll be in the oven as the temperature comes up. Once the temperature comes up and goes beep and lets you know it's at temperature, then you want to leave it in there for 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then turn the oven off and let them cool down in the oven.
All right, that's going to set.
And then this becomes dishwasher safe.
Dishwasher safe.
That's the great thing about it. Oh my gosh.
All right, then what does the porcelain do?
Water cleanup.
Okay.
Right?
So even though it's dishwasher safe, that's amazing.
So while it's still wet like this, you can clean it up with soap and water. The other thing is, before you've baked it, you can use alcohol to remove it.
Oh, so if I didn't like what was going on.
Right.
Okay.
So even after it's dry, the next day, you could still go in with some alcohol and remove it until you've baked it. Once you've baked it, then it becomes permanent.
Then it's like this where you cannot scratch
Can't
it off.
scrape it off. That's
Okay.
right. You
All
got
right.
it.
So now what does the porcelain do?
So that was the vitrea, which is the transparents. So let's grab one of the porcelain.
Well, let's grab another color.
Okay, which color is
It's
that?
a dark purple. Amethyst.
That sounds beautiful. So here's a mug.
Just grabbed a mug out of an office, and we're going to decorate it now.
So grab your brush here, or of course
right.
your sponge, whichever you like. So you're going to start with the brush, and you can paint right on there.
So much more coverage.
Yes.
On this.
It's going to be more opaque.
Actually, what would be fun is to take these colors and do different colors all over it, just in kind of artist sort of blobs.
Right.
Then it would be the art teacher's mug.
That it would.
All right, and then that can be done with the sponge also?
Yes.
So let me try a little sponge. Oops, I'm just going to have to pour some out.
So we're working on a palette paper here. But at home, I'll use waxed paper, or what is this called again?
This is our craft mat. That's the craft mat from Ranger that you can find on Notion's website.
Fantastic.
So let's go over here.
So you can get really quick coverage with that. And it's beautiful. Another item that comes in the Porcelain Work Box, and each one of the work boxes, is an outliner. This is a relief outliner. What that means is it sticks up off of the surface. And they all come fresh, so it'll be sealed here. You just use the top, and you can puncture it like that, and then screw it back on. When you take the top off, there's already a hole in this tip, so you don't have to cut it. That allows you to do nice detail work if you want to do detail lines or dots with these outliners on the surface of your glass or your china cups. If you want a thicker line, you can simply cut this anywhere along the tip to get a thicker line. Now, I'm going to show you here how I just squeeze from the back, and look at that beautiful line. Oh, and then you can do designs by just varying your speed. How fun is that?
And this would also be permanent after it's baked.
After it's baked, that is correct. Now this is water-based as well, and it's very easy to clean up just by using using soap and water.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. So on this piece here, for instance, I can go in after I've put the paint on, and I can outline like this. I can maybe create some dots. So the designs for this raised are just endless. It's so fun to work with these outliners.
So this is the vitrea and porcelain portion of our Pebeo selection, and comes in a lot of different little sets, but of course this little work box is going to give you everything you need and a little carry case to go with it. Next we'll show you some Pebeo on fabric.